Welcome back. I'm Alejandra Marina and today we will talk about segmentation. At this point in your study of marketing, you know that key goals of a marketer are to create value, build customer relationships, and satisfy needs. But in our modern, complex society, it is naive to assume that everyone's needs are the same, even for a pair of blue jeans. In this video, we are talking about segmentation. More specifically, we will identify the steps in the target marketing process and explain the need for market segmentation and the different approaches available to do it. Let's get into it. So what is market segmentation and why is it important strategy in today's marketplace? Segmentation is the process of dividing a larger market into smaller pieces based on one or more meaningfully shared characteristics. Segmentation is often necessary in both consumer and industrial markets. The marketer must decide on one or more useful segmentation variables, that is, dimensions that divide the total market into homogeneous groups, each group with different needs and preferences. We will talk about these variables later in the video. Let's go back to the example of a pair of blue jeans. Instead of trying to sell the same pair of blue jeans to everyone, marketers select a target marketing strategy in which they, first, identify and describe different segments based on common customer characteristics. Second, evaluate segments and decide which one to go after. They can decide to go for more than one segment. And third, develop a marketing mix that will create competitive advantage in the minds of the selected target market. Let's see an example. Fresh, a deodorant so small and discreet you can take it along with you throughout your day, keeping you fresh all day. Use it in the office, after the gym, or on a night out with friends. What do you think this company had in mind in its target market for this product? In other words, how do you describe this segment? We can safely say that Fresh was created for busy women that are always on the go. Therefore, they need to feel fresh at any time. Characteristics used to segment this market are women, therefore we are using gender, busy, therefore we are using occupation and lifestyle, and the need to feel fresh, therefore we are using needs and benefits expected. This question brings us to the segmentation variables. Segmentation variables can be defined as dimensions that divide the total market into fairly homogeneous groups, each group with different needs and preferences. Segmentation variables in consumer markets can be broadly classified as demographic, psychographic, or behavioral in nature. Demographics are variables that measure observable aspects of a population such as age, generation, gender, family life cycle, income, social class, ethnicity, place of residence, among others. These variables are easy to measure, therefore marketers tend to use them a lot. However, we do need to know other important aspects of our target market. This brings us to the second set of variables, psychographic variables. Psychographics means the use of psychological, sociological, and anthropological factors to understand a group of people. These factors are, for instance, shared activities, interests, opinions, values, attitudes, and lifestyles. Behavioral variables divides the market into segments on the basis of how consumers act towards, feel about, or use a good or services. Key variables here are the 80-20 rule, usage rate, long tail, usage occasions, and benefits expectations. These set of variables are one of the most important to understand in your market when doing a segmentation study. However, they require a specific market research, usually with surveys, which could be expensive and time-consuming. Let's see some examples. From our previous example, Fresh on the Go, we see that we are using gender, which is demographics, lifestyle, which refers to psychographics, needing to be fresh, which refers to benefits. Psychographic variables are useful to help understand differences among consumers who might be statistically similar to one another in demographic variables, but whose lifestyle might vary. But how can companies collect psychographic information such as lifestyles? VALs, which refers to values and lifestyles but strategic business insights, the research company, is the most well-known system used to divide the American population into 8 groups according to what drives them psychologically as well as by economic resources. VALs helps match products to particular types of people. 3 primary consumer motivations are key to the system: ideals, achievement, and self-expression. You can go to the website and fill out the survey. It is fun and it's also good to know the type of people you fall in. For instance, I am an innovator and achiever. Innovators are consumers motivated primarily by ideals, are guided by knowledge and principles. Achievers are consumers who are primarily motivated by achievement and look for goods and services that demonstrate success to their peers. Some examples of behavioral segmentation in shoes is, for instance, the sneakers company called Newton. When you go to their website, you notice that they also use gender, a demographic variable, but they also use usage occasions, for instance, when you buy shoes to train, race, or for a trail. This is an example of demographic variables and benefit variables. Loyalty programs are a great way to collect information regarding usage rate and usage occasions. Starbucks Rewards programs blends loyalty, convenience, and services by offering rewards for consumers' behaviors the firm wants to see reinforced. Members earn stars from the frequency and amount of purchase and receive benefits such as customized beverages, free upgrades, and other perks. Companies use these rewards programs to segment the market in a way that they can offer important services for their target market so that the target market comes back to the company and keeps buying their products. The Internet's ability to offer an unlimited choice of goods to billions of people has changed how marketers think about segmentation. An approach called the long tail suggests that we no longer need to rely solely on big hits that many people will buy to find profits. Companies can also make money when they sell small amounts of items that only few people want. Many companies that sell digital products do not need to incur in the cost of storage of products, allowing them to fulfill a consumer demand on as needed or wanted basis. Platforms such as Etsy are a great example of online places that use the long tail approach. These online places are able to benefit from the large and small sales of a wider array of goods, which should also benefit small sellers that offer products through its platform. So in summary, in this video we have talked about the 3 steps in the target marketing process. We also have talked about 3 groups of segmentation variables in the consumer market. Segmentation studies can be expensive and time-consuming because companies need to find a lot of information from their consumers. Thus, when companies engage in segmentation efforts, they expect to improve their sales and also grow. Thus, segmentation is a means to achieve an end, meaning companies engage in segmentation efforts with the objective of improving their performance, not just for the sake of finding out market segments. I hope this video inspires you to know more about segmentation strategies. Thank you for watching, and until the next one.